Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I am Danny. I have lost 87 pounds and counting, living a plant-based, whole food, nutritarian lifestyle. And today, it's Saturday, my kids are with me, and we're gonna take you on all of our weekend adventures. Let's go. Today we are headed downtown to check out the farmers market and art in the park. There are booths set up all over the park to shop and get your produce items as well as crafts and home goods. They had something for everyone. They even had chalk on the sidewalk so that the kids could stop and make some art of their own for people to enjoy. We loved this little booth that was selling microgreens. He was amazing. He let us try some samples, and then we ended up taking 2 flavors home. We chose the cool melon and the broccoli microgreens. They were delicious. It's a walk in the park. We veered from the park and took a walk downtown, and you can't walk downtown in this area without stopping at Del's popcorn shop, especially during this time of year because they are famous for their delicious caramel apples. They are everybody's favorite, and we had to stop in. The kids wanted some popcorn, and I had to get them a caramel apple. I made a caramel apple of my own, but more on that in a little bit. On our way back to the car, we had to stop at Maxwell's Mushroom Farm and grab some mushrooms for home. These were our goodies that we took home today, these microgreens and delicious blue oyster mushrooms. I got right to it and I cut these up and made some soup. I was due to make some soup to freeze, and I used those mushrooms in my black bean soup. I love to make a big batch and freeze it in these 1-cup serving size jars. Then whenever I am hungry, I can just grab a healthy option right out of the freezer, thaw it, and we're good to go. Of course, I did have to sample some now because, hello, these mushrooms were so good in this soup, and I loved every bite. It is hot as the blazes out today, so I had to cool off with some juice. I didn't use any produce from the market, but I was so hot that the only thing that sounded good was some refreshing green juice with cucumber, celery, and green apple. And let me tell you, this tasted so good going down. It cooled me off. I loved it. Remember those iconic caramel apples I was talking about? Well, I loved those. That was such a big part of my old life during this time of year when I was deep in food addiction. I would always get a triple dipped caramel apple from Del's. They were delicious, but I can't live like that anymore. So I decided to make a healthy option with dates. So I took these dates, I pitted each one, and then I laid them out on parchment paper, kind of in the shape where I knew I could roll them and form them around an apple. So I took this rolling pin and I placed a sheet of parchment paper on top, and I just rolled them back and forth until they were kind of fused together, until they were almost like one sheet of dates. And then I peeled off that parchment paper, and now comes the fun part of trying to put these around the apple. I was actually surprised that this was much easier than it looks. They really fused nicely. Those dates are very forming, so you can play with them and mold them to fit wherever you need. I just kind of took this parchment paper and little by little just folded it around the apple, and then where there were holes, I just moved things around and used dates as needed to kind of fill where I saw green. You can add some flair to this by adding some dark chocolate on top or some raw nuts if you like. I might try that the next time that I do this because I think that would taste absolutely amazing. But the dates by themselves were delicious as well. I did put this in the freezer for about 20 minutes just so those dates would get that caramely kind of chewy texture, and this tasted so yummy. I did have to hold this whenever I bit into it because it was so thick that I didn't know if that little stick that I was using would hold it together, but it actually did well. And this is the final taste test. It was delicious. You should try it. I hope you loved spending our Saturday with us at the farmer's market and hanging out with us this afternoon. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new content. We post videos every Sunday, and we will see you in the next one. Love you, bye!